Hi, and welcome to the No Experience. I'm Cherie No, and today, y'all, I want to talk about things that I still don't understand about South Korea. So, let's just get right into the video. Okay, so before I get started, I just want to say that these things are not bad things. It's just my little disclaimer at the beginning so I don't get a bunch of hate comments. I'm not saying these things are bad. I'm just saying that as an American living in South Korea, these are things that I notice are different, and I'm still sometimes kind of, doesn't mean they're bad. That doesn't mean that I don't like them. It just means they're things that I don't get. Okay, so the first thing that I just don't get is wallpaper. So I'm not saying that in America houses don't use wallpaper, because they do, but not very much anymore. It's kind of an outdated style, but a lot of South Korean homes use wallpaper on the walls, and I don't quite get it. I mean, like the one I have in my bedroom is, if you look closely at it, you're like, oh, that's kind of cute. But in an entire bedroom it's kind of girly, and a man lived here for like 10 years alone. So it's like, what do you do about it? In America, we paint our walls different colors and shades, and I'm sure in newer apartments, maybe this is kind of changing. And Koreans don't really decorate their walls in their houses like we do in America, which is fine. But it's always strange to me when I go into a house and there's just really not much decor on the walls. And I think the reason why, at least I know in our circumstance where we live, is because the walls are cement, y'all.
What did you say?
Can you hear that? That's solid cement. So it's really hard to hang stuff on the walls. I'm sure you can buy those little sticky tabs and hang a few things off of there, but I guess that's maybe why. Okay, so you ladies out there, the next thing that I don't quite get about South Korea is Koreans don't use tampons. And I'm not even sure you can buy tampons in the store. Well, maybe you can buy tampons in the store, but it is super not common here.
한국인들이 탐폰을 쓰지 않는 이유?
이유는 그냥 몰라서 그래요. 그냥 존재를 모름. 그냥 그게 뭐야?
Okay, the next thing that I don't get about South Korea is something I actually don't like, and it's heated floors. So, yeah, on paper, it sounds great. Here's the problem. It's not really easy to control the temperature quickly. So, like in America, we have heaters that, you can turn a knob, it blares out the side or out of the floor, and each room in the house has one, so you can control your own bedroom and quickly. So, if you go in and you notice your bedroom is cold, you can quickly turn it on, and it heats the room up really fast. If it's too hot, you can turn the thermostat down in your room, and it will go down pretty quickly. But with heated floors,
You can't do that.
and it takes a long time to heat the whole house. And then once it's hot, if you're too hot, the only way you can cool it down quickly is to open a window.
No! God, please, no! No!
And then you're kind of doing this back and forth, and it doesn't really regulate that temperature well. So, like I said, it's not bad or good. It's just my personal preference. I'm not a fan of the heated floors. Okay, the next thing that I still don't quite understand about South Korea is in the big cities, you will find huge TV screens with advertisements everywhere, like on hotels and like in intersections. And yeah, in America, we have even in Oregon, we had a couple, like one or two of those kind of. But here in Korea, it's like movie style advertisements like everywhere. And the reason I don't quite get it is because it seems really distracting. Like, as a passenger, it's really distracting to me because I want to look at all of them. I'm like, what is that one showing? What is that one showing? How does it not distract the people who are driving? Okay, my next one, Korea. Why y'all gotta show the same commercial 3 times in a row? Y'all, I'm not joking about this. You'll be watching TV, a K-drama, a movie, whatever. One of the nice differences about commercials here is that, unlike America, where like every minute or two into your show or movie, they stop for like a 5-minute commercial break. They don't really do that here, but there will be one, like if you're watching a TV movie, there will be a intermission of commercials in the middle of the movie, which is cool because they're waiting to get them all done until that middle intermission. But there's not like 10 different commercials. It'll be like 3 of the same commercials, but they'll play the same commercial back to back to back to back. Not like 3 and then number 1, then number 2, then number 3. They'll play number 1, then number 1, then number 1, then number 1, and then number 1. And then they'll play number 2, number 2, number 2. Is this mind control? Like, if you listen to it long enough, then you start to go, I hate this commercial. But by maybe the 3rd rotation of the same commercial in a row, you go, all right, maybe that gray hair dye would be a good idea. I don't know, but by the time it's done with this cycle, you've almost got the commercial memorized, and you don't want to! Okay, the next thing, I still don't quite understand why it's a thing in South Korea, but sleeping on mats. So I know, like I said, this is not bad or good. These are just observations and things I still don't quite get. Yes, Koreans have beds, but a lot of Koreans, or some Koreans, still prefer to sleep on mats like they have for, I think, centuries. I've done it a few times, actually quite a few times. I mean, they are thicker. They're like, they're like this thick, but I'm old. I'm American. I've had 3 back surgeries. So I can't sleep on just one of those mats. I need to like pile them up so I'm like the princess and the pea. Okay, the next thing that I still don't quite understand about South Korea is Koreans have one standard of beauty. And and if you're Korean, and I have a lot of Korean viewers, as an American moving here, this is very strange to me because America, we are a very diverse country and we have a huge array of standards of beauty. There is someone who will find anyone in America beautiful. And I think that's really special and unique. And I wish there was more of that here in South Korea. And yes, things are changing because the younger culture is becoming more open-minded. But Korea does still have this one standard of beauty, which is the really small face, the really tiny jawline, very petite. I really do wish that in South Korea they saw many different Korean looks and shapes and sizes as beautiful, but they really don't. There's much more of this narrow view on what's beautiful in South Korea, and I hope over time that will eventually change more. Okay, kind of maybe going along a little bit with the standard of beauty, and something that I don't get, I get, but I don't get. I guess that's what it is for a lot of these, is I get it, but I don't get it, One of them is, why y'all have whitening in all of your products? I mean, like I said, I get it. Koreans want to have more white skin, which I don't get because Korean skin is gorgeous. That beautiful brown tan is stunning. They don't like it. I love it. I would love to have Korean skin. But there's whitening in all their products. So all their makeup, all their skincare, all their lotions. I don't like it because, y'all, this is going to sound strange to my Korean viewers, but some of my American viewers will get it. Dude, I already have crazy white skin. I've got very white skin already. I don't need the help. Okay, and lastly, and this one, Korea, y'all, I still don't get this one about South Korea. Why is it that you will have toilet paper in your restaurant counters, in your kitchens, in your homes? You'll use toilet paper for everything, but it's not in the bathrooms! Every time I go to a public bathroom, now not the ones at the rest stops, because I need to do a YouTube video on the Korean rest stops. They are fantastic. But restaurant bathrooms, public bathrooms at the parks, any restrooms that are not your home bathrooms won't have toilet paper a lot of the times. And there won't be soap, and there won't be hand towels to dry your hands. even if you get lucky and there's toilet paper in your stall, which sometimes the toilet paper is actually outside the stall by the main door. You just grab what you want and go into your the bathroom stall. But there'll be even rarely soap, which even let's say you get lucky and there's both of those things. There will never, and I mean never, will you find hand towels to dry your hands at any of those types of places. So you're always doing this with your hands to dry your hands, you know, and hope that all the water will fly off of your hands before you go outside, or you're, you know, wiping your hands on your clothes to dry them. Anyway, I really hope that you liked this video. If you did, please do give me a thumbs up and leave a comment below and let me know maybe if you've been to South Korea, what are some things that you don't quite get? And if you are one of my Korean viewers, let me know things that you don't get maybe about America that is different that you've noticed, maybe if you've been abroad and you still don't understand that. And also, if you would like to support the channel, you can do so by subscribing, and you can also do so by going to patreon.com/theknowexperience and becoming one of our patrons, and that way we can afford to go out and show you more of South Korea. So until next time, y'all, stay classy, YouTube.